Hi guys, this is K. Asif and you're watching Cricket Spills, and today we have a very special personality all the way from Los Angeles, and I'll give you a brief introduction about her. She is an author, she's a writer, she's a media personality, she's an actress as well, she's a producer as well. She's pretty much enthusiastic about cricket. She talks about cricket, she writes about cricket. Miss Preeti Upala, all the way from Los Angeles. A very warm welcome all the way from Pakistan.
Namaste, Assalamu alaikum, Asif Saab. How are you? Namaste to everyone. Sat Sri Akal. Honored to be on your show. It's such a pleasure to be here with you.
Walaikum salam. Thank you very much. I'm doing good, and hopefully you're doing and you're enjoying your life as well. Could you manage all the things all the way, or sometimes it get difficult?
I'm very good with managing my time, and
Okay.
I do several things, but I can arrange it in a way where it doesn't get in the way of other projects. And I'm good with I think organizing and prioritizing things. I feel that I've always been like that in my life. So, and I think as you get older, you realize what's important and what isn't important, and you have to sort of be discerning and make sure that you use your time wisely. And post-pandemic, time is the most precious thing we have. So everybody's becoming more mindful, I think, of the time that we have.
And it's all about cricket. Cricket teaches you discipline. Cricket teaches you time management, each and everything. So moving on, cricket. First, we talk about the final of the World Test Championship and India versus New Zealand. So first, we talk about that. The New Zealand, they played tremendously against England. They're in really good form.
New Zealand are such a fabulous team, very underrated, I would say, and very understated. They even understate themselves. They honestly have the best bowling attack period right now. I think they're the best in the world right now, and they've come close in many finals, and they've always managed to do so well in any ICC tournaments. So they're in good form. Their bowlers are firing. Their batsmen are firing too. Captain looks very confident, and I think they've had an incredible win recently over England in England. So they are they're very happy campers. I think they must be looking forward to this championship final. I think they would fancy themselves to actually win it and go the distance.
So you think that it's an alarming victory for the India?
I think sadly, because these English conditions, it challenges, I think, the Indian structure. And although we have excellent fast bowlers now, India does better in certain places, including neutral places. I would say even South Africa and Australia. It's always struggled in England as well, just as England struggles in India. Just the pitch conditions and so on. New Zealand and England, very similar conditions. The weather is very similar. So, I think depending on what the weather does, the day before this final, I think the teams have to get the right lineup. And I think where this can all go wrong for India is if they don't address the weather properly and the pitch accordingly, and they get the wrong lineup. And then, when the game starts, they'll realize, holy moly, we should have got the 4 fast bowlers instead of the 2 spinners, that sort of situation. I think New Zealand have a very solid attack, and they know who they're going to pick. Whether it's going to rain or not doesn't make a difference. So I think India has a lot of homework to do between now and the final to really study what's going on and make sure that they get the best 11.
Yes, it's an important question. And before moving on best 11, I would ask you about 2 captains, Kane Williamson and Virat Kohli. If we get comparison, you think that it's 50-50? Both are really energetic personalities, and they are performers and they're leaders. So you think that now this is the the best time that to see that who is the best captain?
Very interesting. Yes, good question. They are very different personalities. They're very different captains. I feel like the team actually takes on the personality of the captain. This Indian team is very different to past Indian teams, and they are becoming a bit like King Kohli. And then you look at New Zealand team, and it's such a zen team because of their captain as well, right? And they're again very humble, very, very understated, whether they win or they lose.
Always smiling,
They're,
enjoying
I
the
mean,
game.
it's a wonderful, wonderful country for such a small cricketing nation. I think the quality of cricket that they produce, I think is incredible. And they're very proud of their cricket history and the quality that they
And
have.
sorry to cut you here. How could we forget the final of World Cup 2019? It was such an amazing game, and we enjoyed a lot. Though
Yes.
New Zealand remained unlucky, but it was a fantastic game.
It was a fantastic tournament, actually, and
Yeah,
I wished until the very last ball that they would come through. I think everybody, honestly, other than
yeah,
English fans, I think the rest of the world were rooting for them so badly because they really deserved it. But that
yeah,
one run can make the difference. I think, especially with ODI, even
yeah,
T20, to be honest, I think we're
yeah.
realizing every run counts, right? And you do not want to go into a super over. That is not a good place for anyone.
Whenever I
But
imagine and whenever I think about the final, that last delivery, it was almost a full toss delivery, and Martin Guptill just tipped away. I wish, and I remember that, and I think that he should have he should have gone for the big hit, instead of chipping. He chipped and he just went for the 2 runs, and he lost each and everything. He should have gone for a big hit.
in that, well, very few people are like MS Dhoni that can, in the pressure moment, they can go for the six. Very few people
True,
can do that.
true.
In that present moment, you all you have is the moment, and you have to act, and very, very few people can pull that off. It's more normal to be safe,
No,
I
why,
think.
why I'm saying this, because Guptill is always a huge hitter.
Yes.
He got good muscles, strong hitter. Why he didn't think
He could have
about?
done it. I think he was trying to, again, it's,
Yeah,
I
he
don't
went
think
only
anybody
for the.
expected the super over either. It happened, and you're like, oh my God, we're in this. What do we do? And, it's just luck of the draw, I guess. But they will get their chances again. I have
Yes, yes.
no doubt about it.
Okay, so when we talk about that, the Indian side, that they played good cricket in India against England, and not only Test cricket but ODI and T20, and then they were playing IPL, and suddenly that there was a break due to COVID, and of course we should understand that what's happening around the world.
Yes.
So if we talk about two spinners, you talk about the spinner. The New Zealand have Santner, and India have Ravindra Jadeja. So if we talk about two spinners, two quality spinners, I give 90 marks to Jadeja. That he is not only a spinner, but he's a very good all-rounder, very good fielder, and a team man. He's a team man, isn't
Absolutely. So we have two spinners. We have R. Ashwin as well as R. Jadeja.
it? Yes.
And both of them they're excellent. They're both technically all-rounders. And in the spin department, India definitely excels. Santner is okay. He does get the job done sometimes. But both Ashwin and Jadeja are some of the best spinners in the world right now. So,
But if you talk about Ashwin and Jadeja, both could spin nicely, and they have a good spin grip, and Ashwin very good off spinner. He could bowl doosra as well, and the same Jadeja, he could spin. But the Santner, he used to bowl straighter deliveries, armor deliveries. He doesn't go for spin. Am I right?
Yeah, but he can spin. I mean, he is, I guess, well, they have Ajaz Patel too. I don't know if they'll play him because he does not have that much experience. he's probably a better spinner, to be honest, than Santner, but he's just so new and green, so they might not give him a go at such an important occasion. So he will miss out, I think. Sadly, the pitch and these conditions, I mean, I'm not going to say that they're awful for spinning, but it's certainly not spin friendly. If this final was happening, in Sri Lanka, for example, different story altogether. We can all go home. We can all go home. Don't even have the game. India, just give the trophy to India. But it's not.
Yes.
It's not happening in Sri Lanka. It's happening in England, neutral venue, favors New Zealand more. So we're in a tricky situation. I think India will have to show the world why they are the best, and they have to.
Why they are the best? Yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah, but and if we talk about that, the India have a very good class in batting. Name anyone. Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, then they have Pujara, they have Ajinkya, Rahane, Rishabh, Pant. Everyone is in form.
Yes, and even Ashwin bats, Jadeja bats up until Bumrah, I think. So I think the openers are going to have to do the job, whether India wins the toss or not, whether they bat first or not. The Sharma and Gill have got to be such a wall. They have to, really defend well, and you cannot get run out. And then you cannot have a middle order collapse. And unfortunately, if there's moisture, and if it's rained before, if it's a bit wet and a bit cooler breeze, not great for batting. And that's when the pace attack can come in and completely destroy you. So I think India should watch out for that. And whatever you do, just even if you're slow, you've got to bat for 2 days. I think India needs to do that and just not collapse.
And the addition of Conway in New Zealand squad, the way he started, his debut was fabulous. He's in form. He's in good touch. Would be really dangerous for India.
Yes, so I think India should be scared of Conway, Kane, Williamson, and Ross Taylor, and also John Latham. These four are excellent. They're in form. They're level-headed. They're sensible. They won't be going out cheaply. No bad shots. So you have to get them out with excellent bowling and good fielding too. So I think India will want to make sure that they get the right bowlers to target them, and Ashwin is going to be key, I think.
All of the players from New Zealand, all of them are very good fielders.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah, and when we talk about the fielding, it plays very important role in cricket. And if you're taking good catches, if you are turning good run-outs and you're taking good wickets, it always put pressure on the opposition.
It does. New Zealand, I think, also feels as a unit. They're very cohesive. Everything about the New Zealand team is teamwork, right? They work. It's one unit, and that's why they've done so well. Even in the IPL, you look at the franchises, like maybe CSK is a good example. They work as a team, and that's why they always manage to win, and they've done so well. You are one big unit, and it's not just a few individual stars here and there. And you have to help each other and kind of back each other up. Their fielding is very good, especially around, slip catches around the wicket. I think that's their speciality. India will want to make sure that their fielding is also, they bring their A game, and I hope Jadeja will be his awesome self as always. But I think everybody else also needs to contribute, and you can't be, dropping catches and not be ready for that around the slip and all of that jazz.
So there isn't a chance for mistake. There isn't a chance for mistake. No chances. Okay, so you're a big fan of Chennai Super Kings, isn't it?
Yes, I am. I mean, it's such an interesting franchise because I've sort of studied all the franchises, their kind of their story and so on. I think I'm very, very impressed with how Chennai has come together and built this incredible empire, right?
Yeah,
and done
exactly.
well. And of course, you have a captain like MSD leading you. That's one thing that none of the other teams have is Mahi, right? And
Pleasing personality.
and what a great cricketing mind. And I think he's the best
Yeah, yeah.
tactician, especially of the T20 game. Even today, even after his technically, I mean, he's retired, but he's still, there's nobody better in that way. And I think
I
CSK
know
is
the
very
best
lucky to
thing
have.
is I never seen him depressed. I never seen him in stress,
Yes,
shouting in the ground. He always smiling and talking to his, teammates
yes,
and keep telling them it's very important being a leader.
yes. We've had some great captains in India, but I think he's next level. He's in a league
Yeah,
of his own. Yeah.
yeah, that's right. So, and what about the rest of the matches of IPL? Before moving on IPL, what do you think about the last question about World Test Championship? How much marks do you give to India and the same New Zealand? Is it
So
50-50?
no, I think anybody who's saying 50-50 is not being, either they don't understand cricket or they're not being honest. I would say it's 60-40, 60 to New Zealand, 40 to
Yeah,
India
yeah, you're
today,
right.
right now.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just think that the conditions, experience and pitch favor New Zealand. However,
yeah,
if India win the toss and they bowl first, then it will be a 50-50. And if they get their lineup right, then it is 50-50. And then I think India they can take it home as well if they deliver. And they can absolutely
and I
do that.
wish
There's no reason
and I wish
why
if
they can't.
Virat Kohli is listening you about this toss and bowling first.
I hope he should, because he has very bad record with tosses. He has probably he should be in the world record book, right, for the captain who's lost most tosses. Honestly, I can't remember the last time he's won a toss. And the other captain makes the decision for you. It's made for you. You can't do much about it, right? And if New Zealand win, they will bowl, because that sort of
Yeah, of
condition is good
course.
for bowling.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. All right, so it depends on toss as well, of course.
yes,
All right, so moving on, the remaining matches of IPL. IPL is happening in UAE in
yes.
September, and after that, we're expecting World Cup in the same place, if I'm not wrong.
hmm You're right. And I remember when there was so much talk of, is the IPL going to be happening in England, in these counties? Will it be happening in Sri Lanka? Will it be happening in India? And I thought, oh, please God, it shouldn't be in England. Can you imagine? It will kill the brand of IPL because of the
Yeah,
weather. It'll
yeah,
be like this. So
yeah.
thank God it's not happening there. And, Sri Lanka, that obviously didn't work out. I mean, nothing beats India, but September was too soon, I think. And I think UAE is perfect. They have done it. They have organized IPL before. All the players know it. Great facilities, great weather, fabulous. I think all the players even love going there, right? And it'll suit India for sure. The conditions so I think it'll help some franchise, as far as IPL goes. It'll help some franchises more than others. Um, you know, I think I can tell you the four that are going to make it to the playoffs. It's Delhi Capitals, Mumbai Indians, uh, Chennai Super Kings, and it's either
I
going
thought
to
you
be
forgot. I
Bangalore
thought,
or Punjab has a little chance to get in. Um,
I thought you forgot about Chennai Super Kings, and how is
no,
it
no, yeah,
possible?
they're the number three. Yeah, yeah. No, no, I was coming to them, but I think
Yeah, yeah,
the Bangalore could possibly be. If anybody's going to leave the top four, it might be Bangalore and it might be Punjab that comes in, because they're looking pretty good with their bowling, to be honest. But most likely it might be RCB, and those are the four best teams anyway. And then it's like, this is you go for it, and depends on the day and if the gods are with you or not, because I think
yeah.
so much of it now we're seeing a lot of games. It was literally one run, right? Was the
Yeah.
difference, and 20 overs is a short game. Anything can happen, and
Anything can happen. You're right. All right. It's really, I'm feeling so honored, and I'm feeling humble that you have joined us, and especially, the people from Pakistan, India, they're watching you. Your expert opinion about
Yes.
cricket. So, Whoop, I'll be having you in our next show as well
Okay.
for the special to talk about World Cup, T20 World Cup. So I think it was lovely and nice talking to you. Thank you very much for your time, and keep shining. And my all wishes are with you.
Thank you, Asif Saab. Thank you so much for having me on your wonderful show. And guys, all beautiful audience members from Pakistan and India, thank you. Please follow me, find me, and keep in touch. I love engaging with all of you. So look forward to hearing from you and look forward to being back on your show soon.